WOTV? This is Silvano. I'm currently in San Francisco's Fillmore District at a youth summit. We are celebrating Malcolm X's 84th birthday. Hallelujah. And yeah, that's the deal right now. But first up, I want you to check out a different youth summit, just as much fun, in the Mission District, City College. So check that out right now.
Steady, stay in the cut like a rich sharp machete. Ready? More police, more cameras on the streets, more PGs, more damage with the heat. Trying to vex you, stress you, silence won't protect you. Come correctly, directly address you. Ain't animals, but we live in the jungle. Stay in this shit, still we grow like fungal. Death is among you, nowhere to run to. Yellow-eyed beast, he creeps, he haunts you. Sound of the town all started with a rumble. Come to the table.
What's your name, age, and where are you from?
Okay, my name is Javier Estrella Schmidt. I'm 20 years old, San Francisco, California.
All right, so why are you here? What are you doing here?
I'm here with the community in the Mission District and all the other districts of San Francisco on the hive of solidarity and connection and unity within the city.
My name is Natalia Garcia Pazmanic. I'm from San Francisco, California. My name is Winona Starlet Hadzis, and I'm from Hayward, California.
All right.
How old? 21.
All right, awesome. Why are you guys here?
We're here participating in the Mission Youth Summit and making a presentation about the Indigenous delegation visit to Palestine that's going to be going on this summer, tying Indigenous resistance to resistance of people against occupation in Israel and Palestine.
What's your name, age, and where are you from?
Hey, I'm Jocelyn Racinos. I'm 18, and I'm from the San Francisco Youth Commission. I represent youth in District 9.
All right, so what are you doing here?
So I organized this event with other organization homies and Poder and Chalk, and we got together, to create this event for the youth in the Mission District.
All right, and do you feel like overall this event was a success? It was, something you didn't like about it, something you liked about it specifically?
So I think it was because a lot more people throughout the workshops, they showed up, and I think that was the most important part of the event. We wanted all the youth to leave knowing that they're powerful and that they have a lot of power, and they can go into the Mission District and they can make change if they want to, if they try hard, and I think that was the purpose.
So do you feel like overall this event was a success? Was there anything you didn't like about it, anything you specifically liked about it?
This event was a great success. It was a success because the majority of the population that was here were high schoolers and middle schoolers and some college students, and they walked away knowing something that they didn't know beforehand, something that they didn't learn in the classroom. And we all know why they didn't learn it in the classroom, because it's not in those certain textbooks.
What is it that they learned?
They were learning about immigration rights and the policies that they got going down in Palestine, and how there's issues over there and that we have the exact same issues here. They might be with two different levels of authority by the government, but the issue is the same, that they're trying to keep us bound and put us in bondage.
What were the workshops about?
There was different ones. There was for May 1st, the immigrants' rights, and there was educational or the bullet, and that was A through G requirements for youth, because a lot of schools public schools, they're not teaching the students the A through G requirements. I know I didn't learn it in my school, and I got it from my program, so the students need more workshops like this in schools, or A through G requirements taught in their classes, so that they can know what they need to go to college. And we just want everyone here at the organization to have a good future, to know that we're Latins, we deserve a lot better. So
I'm painting this mural, just showing some solidarity with everybody in the mission, as far as just putting down the visuals, trying to spread a positive message with this art form.
Can you tell us something about the work you do?
Yeah, I do a lot of the signage, a lot of the banners and murals for a lot of activist-related activities, a lot of anything that has to do with just bettering the community and helping out young people get their foot in the door to make something of themselves in life.
So how do you feel about this event overall? You think it was a success? Anything you didn't like about it? Anything you liked specifically?
It was tight, man. It's beautiful sight to see all these people come out from all over the place. There's people, young folks here who were here today who, if they ran into each other on the street a week ago, they might have been a little bit funky, but everybody came underneath one common cause, and it's all good.
Youth Outlook documents current events and issues going on in your community. For more information, go to youthoutlook.org.
What's up, Yo TV? This is Silvano again. Next up, we got a piece for you. It was May Day, which is May 1st. It's a beautiful day. And we talked to a few people on the street about America, that beautiful country that we're all from. So that's up next. Hope you enjoy it. Have a great time.
Why do we win? When do we want it? Why do we win? When do you want it? Hey, ¿qué queremos? Amnistía. ¿Cuándo? Ahora. ¿Qué queremos? ¿Cuándo?
Soy latina, soy mexicana, soy gay también. Lo mejor que yo desearía es que hubiera una reforma migratoria y que se respetaran los derechos de cualquier persona.
Yo estoy aquí porque mis hijos van para la universidad. Quisiera que ellos pudieran estudiar y salir bien porque han visto que otros amigos estudian, pero al terminar no pueden recibir papeles porque no tienen número de seguro, no tienen nada, están ilegales aquí.
Nada, sin papeles, no hay nada y no tenemos licencia. A veces tenemos uno el carro solamente para trabajo, pero la policía por la forma que uno ve a ser latinos, nada más ve la cara y enseguida nos para y no tenemos la licencia por no papeles, nos quita todo.
So what's your name?
My name is Claudia.
And your age?
17. We gathered up with SFOP, which is San Francisco Organizing Program, and we did a press conference at our school in the morning with John Avalos, Board of Education, Sandra Fury, so they could hear the fact that one of our students have been affected by the ICE raids. Her father got deported a couple months ago, and her mother's on an ankle bracelet for 6 months. So it's hard for U.S. citizens to see their parents suffer because, you know, they have the right to stay here if they're not doing no crime. So we felt like we had to bring out our voice and be heard for her.
You know, give people human rights. That's the main thing. If you give people education, you give them a space where they're able to live. If you gave them decency and food and shelter, you know, and at the same time some type of opportunity, then people are able to be safe in a place. You know, and safety isn't only just the general feeling that there's no violence. You know, safety is just feeling that you live in a healthy environment.
It sucks because I have family that don't have papers and they're undocumented, and it's very hard. It's getting harder for them by the day to find a job because it's getting harder because now the employers are getting pressure for them not to even have jobs, to get jobs. So now there's more unemployment and all that. So it's really hard.
What's up, Yo TV? Next up, we are going to Frisco Fitted on 3rd Street. Despite the fact that it's a recession, there's still people out there making money. We went over there to find out how. They're selling everything you need. You need clothes, you need a cell phone, you need anything, they got it. So let's check that out.
Yeah, business is so-so, man. It depends on this economy right now, you know what I mean? We try to bring fashion to the hood. How the hood people ain't gotta go too far, you know what I mean? Just due to the economy reasons and stuff, and people ain't gotta travel out their way. We keep them geared and fitted up. Oh man, we keep casual, we keep sportswear, we keep hood wear. We try to mix and match, keep women clothes, you know, to keep everybody happy. Popular thing is East Coast brand called Royal Army. And you know, come in different flavors. Got like army stuff, some stuff is casual, some stuff, you know, jeans stitched down, different designs. Fresh design out the East Coast. And collar shirts are real big too. Man, right now, that's the best business to do legal, you know. Instead of getting in trouble, man, I'd rather just keep everybody looking nice and stuff like that. You know, I always had a vision of, you know, people having a good image. You know, you can stay collar down, or you can stay in white tees, you can put on hoodies, whatever, shoes, jeans. But the main thing is, you know what I mean, is just keep everybody looking happy. We also do tattoos and piercings. We got a smoke shop right here, as you see. We got Metro stuff right here. We banging all our accessories $5 out, except for the blue tubes, you know, 20, 25. The The battery's 20, you know, but you know, come get your Metro stuff. You know, we got everything. Batteries, chargers, cases, $5. We just try to keep it up, you know, afloat. Here and there you have your ups and you have your downs, just like stocks. You know, I'm born and raised here, man. Been here 30 years of my life, so this is where I'm from. So why not keep it in the area where I'm from and keep everybody in my area happy?
What's up, Yo TV? Up next, we went over to Six Flags, talked to youth about how they spent their spring break, how they're making their money, and what they're spending their money on besides going to Six Flags. So that's up next. Check it out.
Are you guys here for spring break?
Yeah. Yes.
We're here for spring break, yes. Do you guys think the economy is like affecting what young people do for spring break right now?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I have to pay for my own stuff now. And now I understand. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and we just beg our parents for money.
Are you getting less of it? Like, are you getting less than you got last year, maybe?
As long as birthdays are close, it's kind of like, please, come on, you have to give it to us.
Word. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I went on vacation last year, but this year we're like staying home and staying with family and stuff like that.
How has the economy hit you? Has it hit you really hard, or do you find yourself have less money, or?
Well, I just get less hours at work, so I guess I have less money.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the economy, I can't get to a good college, like the college I want to go to.
Are you saving your money a little bit more, not going out as much? Like, how are you kind of cutting back?
We're doing the exact opposite.
We're trying.
We're trying, but I work hard, so we can have some fun time at the same time.
Since the economy is kind of going downhill, has it impacted the way you spend your money?
Not that much.
Not that much.
We can't go out to eat as often.
What about you?
No, not that much.
So, are you working?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you work?
I'm working at Trader Joe's.
Awesome.
Healthy food.
Okay, so is this like the main event? Is this like what you guys are going to do for spring break? You have season passes?
Yeah, season passes, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
I work at this frozen yogurt store.
Uh-huh.
I don't work.
Oh, you don't work? So do your parents usually pay for you, or you get money through something else you do?
I do work, and it is affecting us. I work at the bowling alley, and the price is constantly going up.
Really? So are people still going then, or are they kind of cutting back?
People are still going, but there's not as much people as we expected this year than what we had last year.
Spring break!
You guys came here from Ireland for free? How did that happen?
We get it. Our school pays for it.
What is the economy like in Ireland? Because right here, right now, it's sucking.
It sucks. We're in recession.
It's really bad.
We're in deep recession now.
Do you feel like Ireland's recession is related to our recession?
Yeah.
Why?
When
America sneezes, the rest of the world gets a cold.
What? Say it again.
When America sneezes, the rest of the world gets a cold.
Hey!
What were you saying?
When America sneezes, the rest of the world gets a cold.
Youth Outlook documents current events and issues going on in your community. For more information, go to youthoutlook.org.
Good morning, and again, thank you for coming. We have attended several of these gatherings. Most recently, I was in New Orleans, and let me again compliment New America Media for guiding us to an awareness of the richness, the breadth of the ethnic media that, quite frankly, I don't think we would have had, particularly at this point in the census process, were it not for the leadership of New America Media. I thank you, those of you who are from the Michigan area, from the Detroit, Wayne County vicinity, for coming out. The census, as you know, is really about a year from now. We have been planning the census for about 8 years. We will continue on through the complete count in 2010 to publish census data and get that done by 2012. So this is a process that rolls along for 8 to 10 years.
Would there be any way that I could get a hold of information on what people should expect when a census taker comes to the door?
Their identification card, what that looks like, how they would identify themselves when they greet someone at the door. We try to provide this not only to the organizational influencers of those communities and those populations, but also any of the law enforcement, sheriff's office, police, any resident basically can confirm with any of these sources the information, the legitimacy of that person who's standing at the doorstep.
I feel it was very successful. I had a couple of questions, and they were both answered very well by very good authority. Recently, our tribal newspaper started writing about the census and how important it is to us. It's how we get our political representation in Washington, D.C., and it's also how we get other resources, such as funding for roads and schools and things like that.
I've heard references to 140 plus languages spoken in Detroit and in southeastern Michigan. You can imagine the various parts of the planet where people have either immigrated from or somewhere in their history they've had some family attachments in another place. And when they come here, they don't always know what we're about, just generally as a government, generally as a community. We're talking about various perspectives or perceptions that people may have about the census and how we're going to try in our very best efforts over the next 11 months to overcome those. We're here to work with the ethnic media. There's a couple of places around the country where we've held meetings, New Orleans being the first, Detroit is now the second. There'll be others around the country over time. But the idea of trying to promote the 2010 census has an enormous challenge to be able to reach components of the community that have historically found the census not a trustworthy proposition. One of the devices that helps us is to find the messengers who have trust and have credibility and can take that message about the census and its value to the community into these components.
This is a portrait of America. There's an 11-month window. This 11-month period should be approached more strategically, as Karen indicated, with some tactics that say you don't want the census to turn into a wallpaper where you hear it, by the time you get to it, you're disengaged. I'm really delighted by what I've heard so far. I thought that the information provided was excellent in terms of what needs to happen to educate, inform, engage, and get people out for the 2010 census. We're going to spend the next 11 months devoting time on our website, tellusdetroit.com, to the issues of concern regarding the census. Getting an accurate count is really important, but informing and educating people is what we plan to do.
Youth Outlook documents current events and issues going on in your community. For more information, go to youthoutlook.org.
Hamza Perez, you are just like a superstar all of a sudden. You're just like, you know, the shining light in this film festival. How has it been, like, you know, since the film has like come out and like people recognize you and you know what I mean? Like, how has it been?
It's it has sweet and sour, you know, like in Islam we don't really do things for creation. Right. We do it for the creator. So it's been good, you know, it's been positive, a lot of feedback, we showed it a couple of places and we had Christians crying and this Jewish lady yesterday was choked up and, you know, teary and stuff like that. I was open to make a sacrifice to let cameras be around, but I had to like be considerate about my family also. So you see my in-laws, they're barely in the film, you know, so because they didn't know too much about the process, and so they were like fell back a bit, and and I totally respected it. I make sure that everyone else respected that also. So that was definitely a part. And there was some parts too that, about me growing up and stuff that I didn't know if I wanted to be in there. But then as the film went on and I grew trust with the director, then I was more open to it.
A lot of times you start a documentary with an idea about themes and an idea about sort of large issues, which I did. In this instance, I wanted to make something about American Muslim youth culture and its connections with hip-hop. And then when we met Hamza and really started focusing on him, what was amazing was every turn of his story spoke to some sort of larger abstract theme I wanted to get to. Questions about identity, questions about how Hamza and his other community members bring together all these hybrid pieces of their identity, how they deal with being profiled, how they deal with their own emotions and their own reactions to being profiled, and essentially like how the whole American Muslim community is maturing and finding its voice, just as Hamza, his family, and his community in Pittsburgh do the same thing. The main thing I want people to walk away with is feeling like the people whose story they've shared for the last hour and a half are their friends, are their neighbors, are their family members, are themselves. That this is really not a story that it's exotic, it's not other. It's really about who we all are, I think, together as a society. And I think the other thing that I'm really hoping people walk away thinking is, okay, we've obviously kind of got this construct, especially over the last 8 years, that sees Muslims as just this radically other group, who are on the other side of some clash of civilizations. And clearly, that's not the case. It's not realistic. It's a hurtful construct. And I hope people walk away feeling like they can let that construct go.
I realized that a lot of stuff that I was doing had nothing to do with the real character of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. A lot of stuff that Muslims are doing have nothing to do really with it's just a small aspect of who really the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was. And I think if we learn more about his character, how he treated his wife, how he treated his children, how he treated his non-Muslim neighbors, then it'll be hard for the media to portray us in a bad way. Even if they tried, our neighbors would speak up for us. So I had to go through a spiritual maturity, going through that whole process myself. I think that's what the film really shows,
The Excelsior is such a rare community that it has every facet of the city all in one, So it's a multiracial, multicultural, has many businesses. It's a great community for all people.
Do you guys think that it is smart for the city of San Francisco to cut money to youth programs that are doing violence prevention and education and helping young people stay off the streets and get empowered? Where do you guys think that they should be cutting money from? Police, jails, prisons?
Well, the summit is really a youth empowerment summit for youth to address the issues that concern them within their community, within this neighborhood.
Just about the Excelsior community coming together and trying to collaborate and really unify this community.
So yeah, we came here to do a hip hop workshop.
It's so good. It's cool, man. For you. It's so happy.
My name is Cynthia. I'm 14 and I go to June Jordan School for Equity. And I'm in Ms. Hernandez's urban arts class for social change, and in that class we learn a whole lot of things of like how we could project our feelings, messages, or things we want to get out there, to the community, or we learn how to project stuff through art, and that's a really useful tool, I guess, because you have fun while you're doing it and you're saying something at the same time, and it's not that hard to do. I mean, stencils are easy when you have two solid colors.
So the ink will stay on the shirt. You need to iron it, but in order to do that, you need to have a piece of paper on top of it so the ink doesn't smush and gets messed up. There's water-based ink, and there's also fabric ink. And the fabric ink, when you do this, it won't come off, so you can wash it as many times as you want to.
This is my first time actually doing this. I did pretty good on the piece of paper, so I figured I'd try to do it on a shirt now. I think it's just a good way for people to be productive outside of just going to school or going home after school.
Anybody who's doing their thing, man, going to school, man, don't ever let nobody get you down, man, and definitely keep doing what you're doing, man, because, you know, it's just gonna pay off in the long run, man. Even though it's a struggle, man, you know, we don't give up on the struggle, though.
People, it's up to them if they want to like get off the streets, because they could be doing art and like still be on the streets, but like probably since their time is gonna be all used up on art, they won't have time to like be beefing with people.
The final product.
Unveil me. Let's go ahead.
Let's go ahead.
Oh, that's.
And this is tincture. It says lemon, but it's tincture. It's made of lavender and mugwort. The lavender is like a sleep aid and relaxation, and the mugwort aids the digestion and cleans the toxins from the blood.
My message to all of you youth is keep doing what you're doing. Follow that true path of, you know, empowerment, empowering yourselves, your community, your folks, your people.
My message to the youth would be keep your head up and don't ever let nobody tell you you can't do nothing.
Just be positive and believe in yourself.
And keep questioning everything, and really be critical about what folks tell you.
My name's Dom from Sunnydale, Visitation Valley area. And this right here is a spray paint can. There is different nozzles, which are tips, for getting different sizes of lines and everything.
Shake, shake, shake till you're out of your brain. Shake, shake till you're out of your brain. Shake, 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 shake till you're out of your brain. Shake, shake till you're out of your brain. Shake, 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 shake till you're out of your brain. Shake, shake till you're out of your brain. Shake, 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 shake till you're out of your brain. Shake, shake till you're out of your brain.
Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed our segments. Coming up this summer, we are offering internships for those of you who want to get more involved. Check out our website to find out more about that. In the meantime, stay up to date, keep watching me, stay on our website, read our articles, find our magazine, Youth Outlook. We got another one coming out soon. Before you know it, probably the best magazine out there. You really don't know until you open it. There's some treasure between those pages. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys next time.